No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here.
Good morning and welcome to our Sunday service for May 31st, 2020. This is the fifth Sunday of May, and our tradition here at this church is that when we do have a fifth Sunday of a month, that Sunday is for more of a prayer service, more of a meditative time. And so we'll be doing that today as well, focusing on Psalm 23 and Psalm 145. And I wanted to take a moment here at the beginning of the service to recognize George Floyd and his death and the massive outpouring of grief and frustration, of fear and anger that we have seen this week. And I find myself asking, what can I do? What can I do to help sow love and compassion into our community and our state and our country? How can I be someone who's helping, who's standing up for justice and helping give a voice to those who don't have a voice? And I heard Cornel West, a professor, speak last night, and he talked about holding on to our moral and spiritual core, to hold our center. And so for me, that was helpful in the moment. It gave me something that I can do right now that could be helpful. And it's to continue our practices, to take care of ourselves, to be ready when the opportunity presents itself to stand up for justice. Last week, Kirsten talked about the different forms that prayer can take, and they can be more meditative in silence, or artistic expressions, or even bodily expressions. And so to actually remember to engage in those practices so that when the time comes, I'm ready. Even ways that we take care of our own body can be helpful in doing the right thing. I know that if I don't get enough sleep, I am much more quick to anger and frustration than I am if I have gotten good rest and good nutrition. And so I don't know when those opportunities will come, when I need to stand up for justice, when I have that opportunity. But I can do something now to make sure that I'm ready. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and you anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long.
Psalm 145, the greatness and the goodness of God, praise of David. I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you and praise your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. His greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall laud your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts on the glorious splendor of your majesty, and on your wondrous works I will meditate. The might of your awesome deeds shall be proclaimed, and I will declare your greatness. They shall celebrate the fame of your abundant goodness, and shall sing aloud of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. The Lord is good to all, and his compassion is over all that he has made. All your works shall give thanks to you, O Lord, and all your faithful shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom, and tell of your power, to make known to all people your mighty deeds. And the glorious splendor of your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. The Lord is faithful in all his words, and gracious in all his deeds. The Lord upholds all who are falling, and raises up all who are bowed down. The eye of all look to you, and you give them their food in due season. You opened your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is just in all his ways, and kind in all his doings. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. He fulfills the desire of all who fear him. He also hears their cry and saves them. The Lord watches over all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth will speak the praise of the Lord, and all flesh will bless his holy name forever and ever.
Thy wondrous works I will meditate, by Mary Oliver, based on Psalm 145. All day, up and down the shore, the fine points of the waves keep on tapping whatever is there. Scatter of broken clams, empty jingles, old oyster shells thick and castellated that held once the pale jewel of their bodies, such sweet tongue and juice. And who do you think you are sauntering along 5 feet up in the air, the ocean a blue fire around your ankles, the sun on your face, on your shoulders, its golden mouth whispering, so it seems, you, you, you. Now the afternoon wind, all frill and no apparent purpose, takes her cloud-shaped hand and touches every one of the waves, so that rapidly they stir the wings of the eiders, they blur the boats of the moorings. Not even the rocks, black and blunt, interpret the waves on their way to the shore. And one last swimmer, is it you? Rides their salty infoldings and outfoldings until peaked, their blue sides heaving, they pause, and God whistles them back, and you glide safely to shore.
One morning, 100 pink and cylindrical squid lay beached, their lacy faces, their gnarls of dimples and ropey tentacles, limp and powerless. As I watched, the big gulls went down upon this Swedish trash, rolling like the arms of babies through the swash, in a feathered dash. A calligraphy of delight, the beaks fell grabbing and snapping, then was left only the empty beach, the birds floating back over the waves. How many mysteries have you seen in your lifetime? How many nets pulled full over the boat's side, each silver body ready or not falling into submission? How many roses in early summer uncurling above the pale sands, then falling back in unfathomable willingness? And what can you say? Glory to the rose and the leaf, to the seed, to the silver fish. Glory to time and the wild fields, and to joy, and to grief's shock and torpor, its near swoon.
So it is not hard to understand where God's body is. It is everywhere and everything. Shore and vast fields of water, the accidental and the intended over here, over there, and I bow down, participate, and attentive. It is so dense and apparent. And all the same, I am still unsatisfied. Standing here now, I am thinking not of his thick wrist and his blue shoulders, but still of him. Where, do you suppose, is his pale and wonderful mind? I would be good. Oh, I would be upright and good. To what purpose? To be shining, not sinful, not wringing out the hours, heaviness and ashes. To what purpose? Hope of heaven? Not that, but to enter the other kingdom, grace and imagination, and the multiple sympathies to be as a leaf, a rose, a dolphin, a wave rising, slowly then briskly out of the darkness to touch the limpid air, to be God's mind's servant, loving with the body's sweet mouth, its kisses, its words, everything.
I know a man of such mildness and kindness, it is trying to change my life. He does not preach, teach, but simply is. It is astonishing, for he is Christ's ambassador truly, by rule and act. But more, he is kind with the sort of kindness that shines out, but is resolute, not fooled. He has eaten the dark hours and could also, I think, soldier for God, riding out under the storm clouds against the world's pride and unkindness with both unassailable sweetness and consoling word. Every morning I want to kneel down on the golden cloth of the sand and say some kind of musical thanks for the world that is happening again, another day, for the shawl of wind coming out of the west to the firm green flesh of the melon lately sliced open and eaten, its chill and ample body flavored with mercy. I want to be worthy of what? Glory? Yes, unimaginable glory. O Lord of melons, of mercy, though I am not ready or worthy, I am climbing toward you.
Today's reading is from Psalm 145, a psalm of praise of David. I will exalt you, my God and King, and praise your name forever and ever. I will praise you every day. Yes, I will praise you forever. Great is the Lord. He is most worthy of praise. No one can measure his greatness. Let each generation tell its children of your mighty acts. Let them proclaim your power. I will meditate on your majestic, glorious splendor and your wonderful miracles. Your awe-inspiring deeds will be on every tongue. I will proclaim your greatness. Everyone will share the story of your wonderful goodness. They will sing with joy about your righteousness. The Lord is merciful and compassionate, slow to get angry, and filled with an unfailing love. The Lord is good to everyone. He showers compassion on all of his creation. All of your works will thank you, Lord, and your faithful followers will praise you. They will speak the glory of your kingdom. They will give examples of your power. They will tell about your mighty deeds and about the majesty and glory of your reign. For your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Your rule throughout all generations. The Lord always keeps his promises. He is gracious in all that he does. The Lord helps the fallen and lifts those bent beneath their loads. The eyes of all who look to you in hope, you give them their food as they need it. When you open your hand, you satisfy the hunger and thirst of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in everything he does. He is filled with kindness. The Lord is close to all who call on him, yes, to all who call on him in truth. He grants the desires of those who fear him. He hears their cries for help and rescues them. The Lord protects all those who love him, but he destroys the wicked. I will praise the Lord, and may everyone on earth bless his holy name forever and ever.
For the seasons of hope, I will say the name and ask you to echo them after me. Today, we pray for the family and loved ones of Bill Myers,
Family and loved ones of Bill Myers,
Elaine,
Elaine,
Kathy,
Kathy,
Dale,
Dale,
the family of Claudia,
the family of Claudia,
Bob and Joe Collins,
Bob and Joe Collins,
Rachel Hall,
Rachel Hall,
Dan,
Dan,
Chris,
Chris,
Pastors Megan and Alex,
Pastors Megan and Alex,
and their daughter Clarice,
and their daughter Clarice,
and the caregivers around the world and others we carry in our hearts. For gratitude this week, we are grateful for leaders who have devoted their lives to the healing of our nation, and for the acts of kindness. I sent $200 to pay it forward to buy more gifts from local businesses to give to healthcare and essential workers.
I'm reading from Psalm 23 of the Living Bible. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. He lets me rest in the meadow grass and leads me beside the quiet streams. He gives me new strength. He helps me do what honors him the most. Even when walking through the dark valley of death, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me, guarding, guiding all the way. You provide delicious food for me in the presence of my enemies. You have welcomed me as your guest. Blessings overflow. Your goodness and unfailing kindness shall be with me all of my life, and afterwards I will live with you forever in your home.
Shepherd me, O Lord, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. God is my shepherd, so nothing shall I want. I rest in the meadows of faithfulness and love. I walk by the quiet waters of peace. Shepherd me, O Lord, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. Gently you raise me and heal my weary soul. You lead me by pathways of righteousness and truth. My spirit shall sing the music of your name. Shepherd me, O Lord, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. Though I should wander the valley of death, I fear no evil, for you are at my side. Your rod and your staff, my comfort and my hope. Shepherd me, O Lord, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life. You have set me a banquet of love in the face of hatred. Crowning me with love beyond my power to hold. Shepherd me, O Lord, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from Surely your kindness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of my God forevermore. Shepherd me, O God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death into life.
What does our still speaking God require? To do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with our God.